Are you trying to get hands-on, Jasper? Are you trying to mess with the tripod? Do you want to help people? Do you want to help people find a new monitor? Do you want to review this monitor with me? I don't think you can be bothered, can you, to be honest? You look so depressed. I will do it then. I will review the monitor. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Mr. H here for a different kind of video. Now, I'm going to be showing you my setup. Okay, now I can talk through the tech specs of my PC, that's fine, but really, they're a dime a dozen as long as you have a medium to high-end PC, which is what I've got. Now, it's how you view everything, which I think is super important. So, predominantly with my setup, I'm going to be talking about my monitor. I'm also going to be doing a review of it. You can find the link to this website down below in the description box so you can check it out for yourself and pick one up if you want it. But this is the BenQ 35-inch curved gaming monitor. And again, like I say, most PCs are a dime a dozen these days. As long as it has okay tech specs, you can do a lot with it. So with respect to how you view everything, that's really important, I think, especially if you're a gamer, especially if you edit things, which obviously I do for the channel. So I think this is important video for many, many reasons. For aspiring editors out there, this is a monitor which I would highly recommend. And for gamers out there, it's a monitor which I can definitely recommend. I'm not a gamer myself, but I do play games for Patreon, and this monitor is fantastic for it. For me, it's best for editing. I absolutely love this monitor for editing, but again, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I know this video is not going to be for everyone, so if you don't want to watch it, just click off the video, that's fine. Now, what I'm going to do is talk through what they say on their website for this monitor, and then I'm going to show you it in action. I'm going to show you it side by side with another monitor, show you the color difference, the color grading, and just say whether I think it's worth it or not. So, in terms of their specs and what they talk about, now BenQ is a well-renowned monitor provider, a manufacturer, and they have this brightness intelligence plus technology. Now what that is, in simplistic form, is I can compare it to Apple Mac or Apple iMac products, where the brightness just gets adjusted. Now why is that good? If you're gaming for long periods of time, if you are editing for long periods of time, you get an awful glare from your screens. It's horrible to look at. And this technology, much like it's incorporated into Apple products, really helps reduce that. It protects your eyes. And I know that's not really what people want to be talking about when you're looking at monitors and things, but it's really an important thing. Like, it genuinely is. So how they say it is that the EX3501R 2K curved monitor ensures the delivery of incredibly sharp and detailed images. BenQ's exclusive brightness intelligence plus sensor, which is just located at the bottom of the monitor, which I'll show you when I show you the actual screen, offers a comfortable viewing experience tailored for extended viewing by adjusting the brightness and color temperature to make your HDR gaming performance better. Now, it genuinely does cross over into real world use. It does help an awful lot. Again, those that game for hours on end, one, I don't know how you do it, but secondly, this monitor would help you with that an awful lot. So it has hyper-realistic video quality with HDR, and the videos on this are fantastic. The color quality is great. And again, I will show you that in a second. I just wanted to talk through what they say the tech specs are versus what it actually is in real world. The contrasting is really, really good. I very, very much do enjoy this monitor for very basic things like Netflix, YouTube, predominantly gaming and editing. It's solid. Now, it is a curved monitor, as you can see here. It says designed for optimal viewing experience. Now, this is obviously all just jargon, but in terms of how the monitor is shaped and how wide it is immersive. There's very little that you can see. I mean, well, what you can see around it. Obviously, it has a picture here of a dude with some popcorn, viewing it like a cinema. Now, obviously, this is not how you're going to be sat in a, I mean, that's literally a cinema seat, but it is cinematic. Like, if you use this at a desk and you are a standard distance away from a desk, it's pretty much all you can see because of the field of view. So it's very, very good. Genuinely, it is very, very good. The curvature is solid. I'm not one of these people that really cares about curved monitors and things like that before I got this. Now I have it, I love the curved monitor. I'm all about it. So it has a 21:9 aspect ratio with ultra high resolution. So it says perfectly proportions 2:35:1 ratio for CinemaScope films, and the panoramic background graphics are perfect for gaming fun. And it's really, really good. Solid stuff, actually, for Netflix, for viewing YouTubes and things like that. It's solid. I will say this, though, due to how wide it is, some of the videos on widescreen can be cropped every now and then. Some movies can be cropped if you can't get it to fit this ratio. But it's not such a mild detractor. It really doesn't have any issues. Obviously, if you were super rich, you could buy 3 of them and have them all paired up. You obviously highly unlikely you would ever do that, but you can. And the bezels are tiny on this, which you will see. I will show you that. It's not bezel-less, but as bezels go, it's pretty good. You know, it's one of the better ones, I would say. Now, obviously, universal multi-platform connectivity. It came in the box with a lot of connectors. It comes with HDMI, DisplayPort, USB Type-C, USB 3.1 Gen 1, and a headphone jack. So there's a lot of connectivity on the back, and it comes with all of the connectors for it as well, which I think is solid. It's really, really good. The fact that it comes with a USB Type-C, the fact that it has USB-C is a huge selling point, because that is the way monitors are going now. It's super, super quick. It's very, very good, and it's pretty much universal. So the fact that it has USB-C is a huge selling point, I believe. It has AMD Freesync for intense gaming. You know, it's good. AMD Freesync technology eliminates image tearing, broken frames, and choppy gameplay. It does work. I wouldn't say that's a huge selling point to it. Obviously, those gamers who are full-on gamers would probably enjoy that a lot more than I did, but it was fine. Now, the 100 Hz high refresh rate, yes, you can get higher refresh rate these days, but I will say, in terms of this as a monitor, as an all-rounder, 100 Hz suits it fine. I have enjoyed it very, very much. You know, prior to this, I think I had a 65 Hz refresh rate, or a 60 Hz refresh rate. You can tell the difference, but I think anything much, much higher than 100 Hz is kind of like diminishing returns on the cost, because there's very little, as far as I'm aware, there's very little games that really take advantage of that after a while. So it's good. For me, 100 Hz is fine. And also, there's a really, really good level of adjustment in the stand. You can push it up and down and curve it forward and backwards in terms of tilting, which I think is solid. Now, obviously, it comes with this, you know, eye care technology and things like that. And it is really, really good. This is the Brightness Intelligence Plus. I'm not going to get too much into that. There's not really any point. But it has a good, you know, temperature scale, things like that. It is good. Now, let's click off this. I'm just going to round out this part of the video. You can see a link to this down below in the description box if you want to check it out directly. But now onto the real world comparison, and then also just showing you briefly my desk setup, and also just a comparison next to a BenQ monitor as well. Okay, so here is where it's actually going to look not particularly great because of lighting and how things are then graded on other video products and things like that. However, it's very, very wide. It's very difficult to really gauge how wide it is in this particular video, but if you see down here, I mean, that's a very standard looking keyboard size-wise. That's a Gundam. Shout out to Gundam. Also, just special note, here is my Hell Priestess. If you want to find a link to that, you'll see that down below in the description box. Buy one. They're awesome. So it's very difficult to gauge the size of it. For kind of scale, that right there is a Logitech C920 or C922 little webcam. That kind of puts it into scale. That kind of shows you the size of this monitor. Now, I have another BenQ monitor side by side, which you can see over here. Okay, I'm going to show you these two wallpapers side by side. And I like this monitor. It's solid, it's fine, it does the job, but it's nothing by comparison to this. The quality is just completely different. So even just there, that's the same picture, and the quality is completely different, literally night and day difference. So in terms of real world, and how it functions, how it looks. It's really, really nice. The base is very, very nice, kind of like a timeless design with some chrome, a little bit of gunmetal grey behind it. And it also comes with this cable tidy, because those that are triggered with cables probably shouldn't look at my cable management. But that's really, really good, really handy. The overall size of it and things like that, like I say, standard, if you are just using it as a desk, a desktop monitor, is very, very immersive. So highly, highly recommend this monitor. There's very little that they quote in their tech specs and on their website that I can argue with. Really, it's just whether it's in your price range or not. You would have seen it on the first part of this video, how much it costs, where you can get it from, and those will be on the website linked down below in the description box. But I can highly recommend it for a 35-inch monitor. For the well-rounded experience that I've had with it, I can highly recommend it. It's solid. So let's get on to the sort of setup that I have. A lot of people will kind of be interested in this. That's the BenQ monitor part of this video out the way. Obviously, figurines, Hell Priestess I've already commented on. That's a custom piece. Genuinely, go buy one. They're so good. That's a Gundam. I love Gundam. These are little Alien figures. I love Alien. These... Oh, that's my dog. Thank you, Jasper. Joining in the video. The keyboard and mouse setup is just a dirt cheap one from Amazon. But it's very, very good, actually, believe it or not. It is RGB. So if you're into all of your snazzy lights and things like that, that was about £25 a pair for them both. It was dirt cheap. Now, this is my Rode NT microphone. This is what's been causing all the issues. That's become a bit of a meme on the channel now. This is why the audio has been so bad. It's a great microphone, but it changes all the settings to whatever you plug it into. So you can have the same settings on any machine, but you have to get custom settings per machine because the quality varies massively. And there's no reason for it either. So, great microphone, shit though. So, kind of recommend, but kind of don't. I may even have to buy a new one soon because it's a pain in the arse. In terms of the actual setup, now again, trigger warning for those that, cable management and things like that. This is how I'm running my PCs now. So this is a new editing rig down here, plus gaming monitor, gaming PC. Over here is my gaming laptop, which has kind of been retired now. I'm just going to use it as a spare. And over there's my iMac. I don't really like Apple products, just as an FYI. I've got it, so I might as well use it. And that's running up through the other BenQ monitor here, just with the, Lightning port, Thunderbolt port. Works really well, actually, just like a desktop monitor, desktop PC. That's how I'm using it, just as a bit of a spare until I retire it. That's the reason why I now edit on Sony, well, what was Sony, it's now Magix Vegas, which I'll show you. It is this editing software. That's a video I edited earlier up today. So again, just to go back to the monitor, if you look at it, how wide it is, if those people are into editing, I would highly recommend a widescreen monitor for editing, because you can go into the individual wave file of the audio and just see everything and cut it very, very, with precision. So if you're looking for choppy audio and things like that, you can remove it. It's really, 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 really handy. So I edit now on this. I used to edit on Final Cut Pro, but now I edit on this. This is a good piece of software. It takes quite a while to learn. If anything, those that are looking to learn to edit, I would actually learn to edit on this rather than learn to edit on something super easy like Final Cut Pro, because then when you come to do something like this is really, really hard because you've learned on something super easy, which is what I did, unfortunately. So anyway, that wraps up this video. I know this is very informal. It is predominantly a review video of this monitor. Like I said, I'm not going to talk through the tech specs of the PC. There's just very little point. It works. It's solid. Those that now watch my playthroughs on Patreon, the gameplay is great. It has always been really relatively good, but it's much better now. Anyone with a mid to high end, rig will. They're a dime a dozen. There's no point talking about it, but it's how you view everything, which I think is super important. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out the channel an awful lot, a lot more than you know. If you're new here, check out the other content that I do. It might be to your liking, and also turn the bell notifications on. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.